Good morning, welcome into my studio. I am very excited about today's video because I am going to take you from start to finish, concept, idea to finished oil painting for one of my whimsical paintings that I will be putting into a book very soon. Quickly catch you guys up, I am planning this really great book and it's all about little girls with these big, powerful animals that kind of represent what they already have inside of them and also protection. So far I have 3 done and I'm really excited about these. I think they are turning out very cute. This one is called Brave. This lion, oh my gosh, tiger, it's a tiger. It's a tiger. And then this one that's called I want to say it's called Goodness. I'd have to look. And I really love this one. I love this teddy bear. It's my favorite part of the entire painting. And then this is one that I finished yesterday that is so precious. And I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but there's a lion, a lamb, and a little girl, and it is very special. They were working on another painting that will go into this book, and let me tell you guys, I have so many ideas that I'm like, which one should I do next? But I have landed on this. Here is what I'm thinking. It's going to be about a narwhal and a little girl, and I made 4 different thumbnail sketches. I do this to kind of figure out the composition. And I'm leaning towards this composition right here where there is like 3/4 a way up, a boat on some water, because I think this is really visually interesting. I switched them back and forth because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to do, but I'm going to go with this one. So let's sketch this out on my canvas. And first things first would be prepping my canvas, and I did that yesterday. I love prepping my canvas with a really vibrant underpainting, and I used fluorescent red by Liquitex for this part. I just did a very thin wash. References are so important, so here are mine, and I usually don't show my references, but here you go. And now for the little girl, like on all of these paintings, I have a bit of a hard time finding exactly the pose that I want. So this is just really wonderful. I have 2 daughters and I will pose them a certain way and I'll photograph them. And then I use those images for my characters. But since this is the internet, I'm not going to show you those photos. But you can imagine a little girl sitting on the back of this narwhal, and I sketched it out already. Really cute. And I'm going to put my boat up here. I love these Prismacolor Colorase color pencils, and this is what I use to sketch on my canvases because I can erase if I want to. I usually don't worry about mistakes. This one to be blowing like that. Perfect. I think this is going to be a really neat composition because she is almost looking up at this boat. So it brings your eye this way, and then it's like everything kind of comes back around in a circle. I always work really hard to think about composition right in the beginning because I want the roadmap to be pretty much set so that all I have to discover are my colors as I'm moving forward in the painting process. To get started, I have to clean my palette from my last painting. There's all of this really beautiful oil paint that is left, and I can scrape this and put it in a pile, and it makes like a kind of a gray neutral when you are using all of these colors that are left over. See? Kind of like a bit of a gray. I use the exact same palette for every single painting, and this automatically gives me color harmony in all of my works. So I can talk you through my color palette. I have titanium white, permanent rose, cad red light, cad red medium, alizarin crimson, Naples yellow, cad yellow light, ultramarine blue, raw sienna, and then I keep black on my palette to make greens, because as you can see, I don't have any greens on my palette. You could really psych yourself up if you didn't just jump into painting. So that is what I do. I just jump right in. Now, because I'm like making this image up out of my head, I have to think about where the light is hitting. So that is what is going through my mind as I'm starting to lay down some of these colors. I'm going to let you guys watch me paint, and I'll check back in a few minutes. One of my very favorite things to add to my characters are these like red blushing cheeks. He needs an eye, and I think his eye, and actually now that I'm looking at it, his eye's like supposed to be here. So here we go, changing this up in real time. To make black, like, yes, I have it on my palette, but I really only want to use my black for making green. I just don't think it's a very dynamic color, so I use ultramarine blue and alizarin crimson, and it makes a really dynamic black. I think his eye is somewhere like right here, somewhere strange and low. Give him a little eyelash to make him even friendlier. Yeah, that's cute. Now we can add the blush. Perfect. So cute. Oh my. We have such a good start to this painting. I've already found the character, and now I'm working on the little girl. It's going to be so cute. I wanted to tell you guys something before you leave me. I'm really needing a new palette, and I've been driving past this person's refrigerator on the side of the road. We have bulk pickup here. So that means like you can put anything on the side of the road and they'll come and take it to the dump. And so when I've been driving past this refrigerator, I've been like, I wonder if there's any glass shelves in there. So I pulled over and took 2 glass shelves from this person's refrigerator. And this is going to be a fantastic palette. I'm going to paint the back a neutral gray. This one is really great because it doesn't have the edges, so I might end up just keeping this one and then putting this one back out for bulk. My current palette is an old wall hanging that I painted the back with a neutral gray, and then I can scrape it clean, and it's fine. But this one will give me 2 more inches of mixing space, so I'm really excited about that. Now that I told you about my trash to treasure hunt, I am going to call it a day. It is time for me to do the next thing. It's time for me to go be a mom for the rest of the day. And I am so glad that you spent the day with me. I am going to keep working on this painting and I can't wait. Look how great they all look together. See you tomorrow. Bye.